life works out. Um, I went to college to be an art major. Well, I graduated with an art degree. So I went to
Mhm.
college to be an artist, not to be a chemist, and here I am now in the lab formulating, just listening to what God says, getting the downloads. And then now I have this whole product line. So I think that's what shocked me the most. You think you're starting out one way in life and then detours you another way. So it's been pretty amazing. But also, like, I really believe that beauty and healing start with energy. And when I
Mhm.
really started to learn about that, it's not just about how we look, but how our energy and spirit shine through our skin. Now, our skin is the largest organ of the body, so it matters what we put on top of it. Because, like you were saying earlier, within 20 some seconds, everything we put on our skin goes into every single organ in our body. So it really does matter. Um, and then, but really quick, I don't want to forget. I think in the beginning you were talking, there's a Lynn, was her name Lynn? And she
Mhm.
said there's something that she was a skin issue that she had. And I
Yeah.
immediately had and I know we can talk about this later. I just don't want to forget about her. And there's another caller. So a liver detox would be really great for her. I had a flash of her liver instantly. That would help her out. And then the second caller had something uh, with her leg, her right leg, and I
Yes.
I was hearing gallbladder, like so that would also be a liver detox too for her gallbladder. Yeah,
Wow.
but we could talk about that later,
Wow.
but
Okay. So
it comes.
we're already starting some of the energy reads here. Very interesting. One of the things you mentioned, and Peter, I want to get to your role in this because it's pretty exciting. But Lisa, you mentioned to me that your skin really is kind of like a mirror to your energy field. Explain a little bit about that because that is a very unique idea. That our skin actually mirrors what's going on inside. Tell me about that.
Yeah, it's more than just a surface that we see in the mirror. It's a receptor of energy constantly exchanging and absorbing and reflecting vibrations. So when we're living in a high frequency energy, our skin starts to glow. When we surround ourselves with stress, toxins, low vibration, the skin, it will show you the story back to us through like inflammation, dullness, signs of aging. So it's very interesting, but the skin will always tell you what's going on in the body. It speaks to you through those ways. And it's interesting, like our body is a vessel for our soul, and our
Mhm.
soul is a vessel for the light, So, yes.
Body is a vessel for our soul, and our soul is a vessel for the light. Okay.
Yeah, so it's important for me to have people see their light. This is the main reason why I created Perry Skincare. It's not just a skincare company, it's love, it's integrity, it's being a company that's transparent and that we care about everybody's health and that we continue to be a vessel for the light. That's my purpose. So, I mean, I can get really technical about skin and everything, but at the end of the day, it's basically, if you think about the divine blueprint, has it been altered? Whether that's with our food that we're eating, the
Mhm.
skincare we're applying, the even the sheets that we sleep in, like and I know this is off subject, so I don't want to, I can go off in many different tangents, but if you think about when we're just even sleeping at night and you purchase, say you go to TJ Maxx or something, you purchase those sheets that are like wrinkle free and you wash them, put them on your bed, and then you're sleeping, and then you notice you're getting really warm and hot, and you get a hot flash, and you're like, what is going on? And you think maybe menopause, but then if you're a guy, you don't get menopause. And you're like, what's going on? Why am I getting hot? And what's going on? So the second night, you think maybe it's just a fluke, right? Second night, same thing happens again. And then it continues. And you think, oh my gosh, your head starts going in all these different random routes. But what really is going on, it's the sheets because they're sprayed with Teflon. It's a very harsh chemical, and that keeps the sheet nice and wrinkle free, right? But when we're sleeping, our skin, since it is the largest organ, it absorbs everything, not only what we put on it, but our environment too. And that also includes low vibration, like negative thinking, pollution,
Mm.
name it. So we're sleeping with, this is stuff we don't even think about, where we're sleeping and the sheets are wrapped up and it absorbs into our skin. Well, that's slowing the oxygen that your skin needs. So when that's slowing the oxygen, your organs are working harder. And when that happens, you're also slowing down your manifestation. because you're lowering your frequency. And I know it's kind of out there, but it's so true. And
It
mhm.
makes a ton of sense. And I was thinking about this and meditating on this, and it's pretty interesting. Peter, I know you understand this too, is that your skin is kind of like the boundary of your body's energy field. So think about it this way. Our energy field kind of starts from the inside out, but what's the boundary? What's the shell on that energy field? We're talking about it right now. It's the skin. What do you think of that, Peter?
Um, I think it's the light body, the
Mm,
physical energy field, your etherical twin outside. You can't separate the skin from the rest of the body, although that is what people see from the outside looking in. But
mhm,
as a being of light, you're always on the inside looking out, and the etherical twin is really that kind of shield outward. Like, so if you walk by somebody and you get a negative feeling,
yeah,
your conscious mind would say, okay, well, maybe that person's not attractive looking or they have a scowl on their face. It's absolutely not. It's the energy that's emulating from their etherical twin, that energy field outside the body.
interesting. Interesting, Lisa.
Yeah.
It's very cool. Um,
So,
I
yeah.
want to show something here and I want to find out exactly what's going on here because one of the things that blew me away when I first found out about you, I started doing some research and I found this picture. This is you, Lisa, our beautiful Lisa here. Now, I kept thinking, well, why does she have these pictures? She kind of looks, about the same, maybe, And then I looked at the number and I was like, oh, wait, what is this 45, 55? What's going on here?
Yeah, that's so funny. I
For us
just
that are slow, what's really happening here,
That
Lisa?
just freaked me out. I don't have my glasses on. I saw 45 and I was like, 85? I was like, Lisa's not
I
85.
You're just jealous. So when I was 45 is when Perry Skincare, like that's when we first
Wow.
got our first product and its packaging and everything. So I thought, you know what? And I don't do selfies. No offense against anybody else. I just don't know how to do it. I don't know how to do the right
Yeah.
and all that. So I thought I'm going to take a picture of my skin and see what this is really doing to my skin. And then, being an esthetician is what we do, measure the skin. But 10 years later, this was just taken back in April, I believe, or maybe March. It was in the spring. And I put them side by side. I'm like, wow, because you hear my clients would always say, your skin looks so great. What are you doing? I go, I only use Perry skincare. That's it. Why would I use anything else? So, and I put it side by side, and it's pretty incredible. And
Yeah.
this for me is that the products are concentrated, so there's no water. There's only water in one product because it's a toner, but they're so concentrated. But not only that, they're all plant-based made from divine, so they have a high energy, they have a high vibration, I should say. So doing that every single day, it matters. And when that was taken, when a woman is 45 to 50, that's when
Mhm.
the aging process happens the fastest. That's when she ages the most. And then boom, go right into menopause and just add more aging. So it's really saved my skin. Yeah, and I've worked with the best. I've trained throughout the whole world, international training. I've trained so many spas internationally, worked with what you think is the best, and then you read the back of the label and you're like, well, what is that? I can't even pronounce it, but what is it? Then you research and like, oh my gosh, that's a filler or that's GMO or
Right.
why did they put this garbage in here? Why? So yeah, so I did that as a little test and pretty cool.
That's pretty interesting. And I want to find out why you think that those things happen because it is astounding. It's almost like looks like you almost aged in reverse a little bit or didn't change at all, which would be defying time. But something else that I noticed, and I know Peter plays a part in this, they're pictures of people's hands literally instantaneously shifting. And I want to talk about that because one of the first things that a lot of people may believe is that beauty and energy don't mix. That, like, you know what, I'm just gonna kind of be what I'm gonna be, but my energy is pure. And what I'm seeing here is that with the right energy, and explain this to me, but it looks to me like with the right energy, things change visually very quick. What's happening here, and how quick were these taken?
Right after. So, and everything is frequency. Everything is
Okay.
so. Um, On the hands, this was at a spa show because we do a lot of spa shows. I speak at the spa shows and write for the magazines in the industry. So what we're demonstrating the product, well, products I should say, but on the hands, you can see the one on my right says before, and it's very like just looks very ashy and dull. And then the one on the left is the after, and it's immediate. It's you put the product on the hand and it acts that fast because it truly is food for your skin and it's on a high vibration. So you can, I mean, everything, as I was saying before, is energy, vibration, that if you can go ahead and pay, I don't know how much, $300 for one product and think it's great, but if those ingredients are not on a high frequency, you're not going to get the results. And it's interesting, in my industry, you always hear, oh, use this product for 4 to 6 weeks and you'll see a difference. And I don't believe in that. I believe as soon as you put a product on your skin, you should see the difference. If it has a lot of efficacy, you're going to see the difference right then. And every client that came to or spa technician that came to our booth was just blown away because it's instant. It speaks for itself. And that's when you have high vibing ingredients, they're going to speak for themselves.
Yeah, I found it pretty interesting. Like, this particular person in the middle,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
kind of like literally, the skin looks completely different. Like it
Yeah, before
just
her skin
changed.
was very ashy, it needed a good exfoliation, and it's just really those vitamins got right into the skin instantly. Yeah,
Wow.
and that's why we say the ingredients that we use are food grade. So that's why it is so pure you could eat.
So, I mean, this idea that the skin isn't just, this physical thing, right? Everything we put on the skin, it gets absorbed into the body, but it's also this place that, our energy kind of emanates out of. Peter, you got involved with Lisa creating a container, right? A receptacle, some sort of way that this energy gets kind of amplified. You call it a sacred vessel, I think, or maybe that's how Lisa described it. What did you start doing with Lisa, Peter?
So Lisa actually found out about me on one of your shows we
Hmm.
did a couple of years ago. And she contacted me early in 2024 and wanted some help in advancing a lot of gifts that she's had. So we kind of been working together for about a year towards the end of 2024. And as a student, she was moving very rapidly, kind of up this proverbial vibration. And she had an idea. She's like, let's co-create a product. And I was like, okay, well, I'm always up for uh, creating something amazing. And, she's got this perfect line of skincare products that vibrate at an ultra high level.
Hmm.
How could we improve upon that? So we started batting some ideas back and forth about maybe changing the packaging and putting some sacred geometry on there to vibrate it, maybe altering the chemistry physically with introducing other compounds into it. And every angle that we looked at kind of created a set of problems that neither one of us really wanted to deal with down the road. So I wasn't sure if Lisa came up with the idea, but um, we said, let's create some type of packaging for it to raise the vibration. And then we
Hmm.
were on to something. So the first school of thought was, let's reprint all your boxes. It's like, well, that's going to cost a lot of money. So we kind of took a left turn from that. I said, how about if I create a box? And that's what it was at the time, and I put some sacred geometry on there and we kind of see what it does. So I sent her out one or two, and Lisa, what happened with the first round of prototypes that I sent you? The ones before we introduced the physical vibration stones.
When I was in the lab with them, I'm trying to remember. Everything's just been so the singing,
So I,
how
I
they
sent
sing.
Lisa a couple prototypes that had some sacred geometry on there, and she's like, "Yeah, these are pretty cool." So we knew we were on the right track. But I know from 20 years of product development that on the right track doesn't mean you're gonna nail it. And this is really the first time that I've kind of stepped outside of my development cycles and the way I develop a product. And so when I create, I'm driven, right? I'm not motivated, I'm not passionate, I'm driven to see something through to completion. And I bore witness to many miracles, how the universe comes in and just decisively annihilates any obstacle that comes into your path. So that was part of my hesitation in the beginning, was co-creating something with Lisa, although she was a student of mine and was doing amazing. So I I think Lisa had the idea to put some type of stone inside the sacred vessel, the
Mm,
frequency that would be absorbed into the product, which would raise the vibration. I was like, okay. So I go back to the manufacturer and the engineers, and I'm like, okay, we need space for a stone. We want to do this with it. And eventually, after two or 3 months, a few different prototypes, we settled on a finalized design and then expanded that to the product line. And the idea behind this project was to take a perfect product, a pure product that Lisa had intensely worked on for so long, and move it to a whole nother level.
right.
And the most amazing thing with working with her was there was no ego involved.
Mm,
It just flowed. And that flow then spills into the product that, is cultivating love and all this magic that's happening during the creation process. And we nailed it. We
mm.
absolutely nailed it with this. So, Lisa, what have users been experiencing with the sacred vessels and the products?
That reminded me about when our first prototype, when I would try it, I just wanted to see how well it works. So I just did my left side of my face with the serum. I swear to God, you guys, I was like this. I'm like, what is going on? But I did that.
Botox squared.
Exactly, is what it looked like. So I did that for about 2 weeks, and I was like, okay, I got to match up this side. I got enough of this, because it was lopsided. But it was really cool. And then I'd walk into the lab, which I'm in now, and I could literally hear the boxes sing. And I know that may sound really silly.
Mm,
They're on a high frequency, and so are we. So you can hear things that you just
right.
can't see, and it was really cool. But from clients, what's really funny is a few of my clients have noticed with the containers when they have them in their bathroom, they swear the container, the vessel is closed, and they come back and it's like this.
Oh, the
Right,
crystal wants to be out, wants to
right.
emanate
It's
its.
playing with them, right? And Peter can explain that. But I have a lot of clients that are saying they just feel better. They definitely look like lighter. They're not carrying that like static low energy. They just look more just fresh and happier. I've had people tell me they're happier. They look forward to doing their skincare regime, or what do you want to call it, routine, every day and evening too now, because sometimes people are like so tired they just don't care to wash their face. And by the way, not cleansing your face is one of the fastest ways to age yourself.
Mm,
There's so much pollution and dirt out there. You want to wash that off. So it doesn't matter if you wear makeup or not. It's really important to cleanse your face every single night. Yeah. So I'm
yeah.
hearing a lot of amazing things, but I see it in the people, in their soul. I see them connecting to their soul and just happier. And we need that more than ever. It's like their light ignited, is what I'm seeing. So,
Yeah, I'm fascinated with the story of Kristen because,
oh,
this is one of those kind of rapid transformations. A lot of people say, okay, this is a couple years. This is like 6 days after probably almost, well, being burned in a horrible car accident.
yeah.
This is the shift. And I mean, I've got to think some of this is the products, the ingredients, some of this is the crystal, some of this is the sacred container. Peter, I mean, this is pretty amazing. It's a pretty amazing shift here for what
Yeah.
happened with her.
Kristen, she's amazing. She was in a really horrific car accident, and the airbag, when it deployed, went off. The powder that's inside the airbag burned her skin. So you can see all the purple
Hmm.
and pink and red. That is from the powder of the airbag burning, literally burning her skin. So I gave
Wow.
her Sophia Blue Energy Spray. She sprayed it on along with the Sophia Camu Chem restorative treatment, and look at that within a week. It's just amazing. And her doctors were blown away. The plastic surgeon, like, what are you doing? You know,
And you know what else I noticed? She doesn't have the burns, but she also looks younger and more
yes,
happier,
she does.
even
Does.
after the accident.
She would say to me, Sophia is armor for your skin. I'm like, yeah, it is. I like that. So yeah, that's
Um,
incredible. Incredible. And I don't believe she has makeup in that third picture, the final picture. I don't believe she has makeup on.
wow.
She doesn't.
Sophiel, what does that stand for? Is it angel?
Yeah,
Angel
that
guide?
that
Okay.
that is the angel of nature. And all this came from God. Like I remember I was in the middle of a facial and my client was telling me that she just started hydroquinone. It's a known bleaching agent.
Mm,
I mean, it helps fade all the sun damage, the brown spots on the skin, and it works really effectively. But the flip side of it, it's a known carcinogen, so it can increase your cancer risk by 50%. And I said to her, you got to get your kidneys checked on that. And she's like, what? And I go, yeah. So as I'm doing the facial, I got a flash from God, and God was saying, you need to create a product that's so pure that you can eat. And I'm just like doing this with my hands going, what?
You got to say that again because I got a funny story about that. Peter, you're going to laugh. You'll be like, yeah, this guy's crazy. Or maybe not. What do you mean? You've got to create a product that's so pure you can eat it?
Me doing the facial, like, what the heck is going on? Yeah, it's like you got to create a product that's so pure you can eat. And I'm just like, okay, God, like who am I to argue with God? I'm not going to argue with God. I'm going to do what God says, right? So fast forward, we came up with the products. But that was so important for me that I wanted to create products that are safe for men
Yes.
and women, safe for pregnant women, safe for cancer patients. Their skin's so fragile, safe for anybody because that's how skincare should be. Our food should be safe too. Our food shouldn't contain GMOs, neither should our skincare. And now you're seeing GMO in our skincare, which is not cool because it ages the skin faster. And it does a whole slew of other things. But yes, it's so pure that you could eat it.
Well,
It's
I got a funny story is, when I see if y'all can see this, when I first got this, this is called I Trust, okay, for the eyes. I opened it up and the way it was swirled, I know y'all probably aren't going to see that super clear, but the way this was swirled, the first thing I did, Peter, you're going to laugh. I touched it and I put it on my eyes and I was like, oh, this feels really good. And literally I put it on my tongue. And I was like, it actually doesn't taste like chemicals. It doesn't taste like something synthetic. It actually tastes like food for my skin. Now, I thought that was kind of interesting, but at the same time, we were talking privately, and you said, look, everything you put on your skin gets into your body like immediately and then affects your oxygenation. So explain a little bit more about that. Peter, did you eat this? No, right? Yes?
I'm not accustomed to eating skincare products, but I can absorb the energy.
That's
Or
right. That's right. Okay, I'm the weird guy. Of course.
I have eaten them too. I wanted because I'm making this claim. I'm like, well, I better eat it. You could eat it. I don't recommend because your GI tract will probably be distressed.
Yeah.
But it's and that product there, Sophia I Trust, is 100% pure. So and I named it I Trust because did you ever buy a product and it claims it's going to do something and it doesn't, and you're like, oh man, so that's why I called I Trust. You could trust it's going to do what it says it's going to do. But back
And
to
the
your
idea is like, why would you put something in your skin that you wouldn't necessarily want in your stomach? Because it's going to wind up in your body. It's going to wind up affecting what is going on inside of you. So, begs,
100%.
yeah. Okay. Explain a little bit more about that. 'Cause that's pretty interesting.
Well, it goes to every organ as we were talking about, whatever you put on your skin. And think about people that have celiac disease
Hmm.
or gluten issues, because there's gluten in skincare. Not all, but it's in there. If there's put on their skin, it's going to affect their GI tract because it gets into everything. So that's why I wanted to have products that are so pure that you could eat. I don't recommend it, but that's how I want to look at everything in life. Like our food should be well, I would really prefer they're not processed, and I don't feel like we have to pay for organic food. We shouldn't pay for poison or crops, but whatever, that's another story. We won't
Yeah.
talk about that now. But yes, yes, food.
Absolutely.
Mm.
Yeah. One of the things that I think a lot of people may believe is like, if you're into energy, if you're into frequency, energy and beauty don't mix. Like they really shouldn't be talked about in the same vein, but we were talking privately and I'm like, well, yeah, maybe, but you have this eternal internal essence that's ageless, timeless, divine, and it wants to shine through. And yet you may have a lot of stuff on your skin that's not letting it come through. I mean, how do you see that?
Yeah, well, that's a good question. And it's interesting because I look at it like, is the energy either coherent or incoherent? It's either static or it's
Mm,
not. It's either on a lower vibration, static, meaning processed chemicals, heavy chemicals, um,
mhm.
petroleum, pegs, that's pegs. So if you see a product that has ingredients called PEG 100, PEG 50, PEG 20, that's petroleum. That's crude oil that you're putting on your skin. That will lower your vibration because it's lowering the oxygen getting into the skin. So you're going to feel more sluggish. Um, Coherent is ingredients that are made by nature. I always say, like, there's this doctor here in Cleveland, very well known, Dr. Mark Hyman, and he says that,
Yeah.
if man made it, leave it. If God made it, eat it. So that means that's a lot. So we want to look at things that has a divine blueprint been altered? Get as close as you can to that, right? So, because our skin does reflect our inner vitality without a doubt. That mitochondria is a powerhouse of our cells, and it produces cells, and it needs energy, good energy, high vibration to keep going. And if we have a low energy, you're going to see it like in chronic fatigue. You're not going to sleep well. Your nervous system is going to be stressed out. That's going to trigger your cortisol, which can trigger out breakouts, eczema, psoriasis, um, dull skin, dehydrated skin. It ages the skin faster.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, this is kind of the big awareness is like your skin is a mirror to your energy field. You activate radiance. You're not just going to look younger, you're going to express it from the inside out. You're going to kind of be your soul light. I think what's really cool about this is when this stuff changes instantly. I want to show you all this picture. This is obviously woman's two legs. Now, what's amazing about it, you can see after one application, something changes here. There's more life force that I see in the leg that's, right next to the bottle. What's going on here? What was the story on this?
Yeah, that's Hannah. This is our product right here, our Sophia Body Enlightenment Oil. It's amazing. It's for the body, and it exfoliates the skin, tightens and brightens and hydrates all in one. And you just put one application and you can see on her leg, the
Yeah.
one on the right side, it just the red, because see her other leg, you see how it's very red, kind of dull a little bit. And then on the other side, it's just bright and more golden tone. Um, it's just really hydrated. It works that fast. One application that fast, literally 10 seconds later. But that's because, again, the ingredients are so powerful. And the reason why you could see that it's orange, and in that picture you could see it's orange, is because it has beriti oil. Beriti is known as the tree of life, and it's out of Africa, and it's a fruit that is just truly amazing. It's so high in beta carotene, and
Oh
that's
my
what gives
gosh.
the color orange. And beta carotene is like a big vitamin for our skin. It's going to boost it, and you're going to see that exfoliation come right
Mm.
off, and then you're going to see the brightness come through it. It's just an amazing food, or vitamin, I call it, for the skin instantly. You can put
Are
it on your face too, but
are you gonna? Am I gonna eat this one? Because I got it right here.
I
You
have,
said beta carotene. I'm like, wait a minute, isn't that good?
uh,
But
yeah,
but
and there's lemon oil,
Finish it off.
to keep the skin flowing.
y'all
Yeah,
will be like, this is a hell of a live show. We'll see if he eats these. What's going to happen to him?
take
Is
the
he
dropper.
gonna transcend and become translucent, or is he gonna? What do you see, Lisa? I know you see energy. Go into the energy field of this dear person's legs. What do you see in one leg versus the other? Because there's a lot.
Stagnation.
Okay, go. Yeah.
Stagnation, and she's young. She was in her early 20s.
It's interesting. How many of y'all kind of, and we're going to get to some questions because I know a lot of people have their hands raised. Go ahead and raise your hand. How many people are starting to realize that age is becoming more and more irrelevant these days, right? You're seeing people in their 60s and 70s in better health than people in their 20s. it's just a weird thing. And I think because we've kind of become so, like you said, disconnected from the divine blueprint, Lisa, that stuff is affecting people that are younger because sometimes that lifestyle can be so disconnected from what maybe many of us grew up with. So it is interesting. Okay, so you see stagnation. Anything else?
And she has beautiful legs. Stagnation, a lot of which is causing the redness.
Hmm.
She has beautiful legs, so the tone is there, but you can see after the application, it's really healthy looking, like the circulatory system is moving. You can see it. Yeah.
Wow.
You know, it's interesting with the younger generation, and I'm 56, so I didn't have cell phones. We didn't have any of that. We didn't have social media. Is they're aging faster, unfortunately,
Hmm.
because of the blue light from the cell phones and from the laptops and constantly being on the phone. It's radiating into the face, especially the eyes. It causes damage. But and then also the whole, like, when you have your phone and you're looking down constantly, tech neck, that we call it,
Oh, wow.
that is speeding up the aging process too. So I see that a lot in our 20-year-olds that have really deep wrinkles in their neck that they shouldn't have until they're in their 50s, So it's really sad to see their generation aging faster. And they're an amazing, intelligent generation. It's just social media and the phones, and it's just where we're at right now. But they start
Hmm.
young, they can get on top of this, or they can walk around with their phones eye level.
Yeah. Well,
We don't need
and the food, everything is changing, right? It's very hard to get things that have not been tinkered with.
correct.
And even when you think you have, sometimes it has in ways that you don't realize. So go ahead and raise your hand if you are dealing with something and you want a look to kind of see what energetically is going on behind it, right? Lisa, as people are raising their hand, I've got Susie, Amita, Richard, and many others that are going to be raising. What is it about how you kind of have been shown energy by source? Explain a little bit about that, because we are going to take some callers and maybe give people some insights into what could be happening or maybe what things might be useful for them.
Source is so it's not just like what they're eating, it's their thinking as well. Are
Mm,
they thinking thoughts that go against them or for them? Are they who do we hang out with? Are they constantly on a lower vibration complaining all the time? Or how much time are we on social media feeding into whatever's going on in the world? And the world's pretty crazy right now. It's going to get better.
mhm, mhm.
So, and are they really just putting all that aside and taking time for themselves and getting back in nature and really loving themselves, which means putting themselves first and not in an arrogant way, meaning put your mental health first, take care of yourself, use the best quality products that you can. Um, like choose a place, whatever you choose for your body, may always choose it that resonates with truth and harmony and love. That's like bottom line. Do that first.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
I'm seeing so
Absolutely.
much static. So when I see someone, you can see
Mm.
it around their aura. It's just like breaks and just shooting out little fireworks all over. And you want it to be smooth, you know, and radiant.
And so when people use some of these different products, how does the energy field change? And then we will go to these callers here.
Well, since they're on and that's a great question. And since the ingredients are plant-based, they're vegan, they're gluten-free, they're pure, they're on a higher vibration. So immediately that's going to lift somebody's energy. Immediately.
Wow.
So they're going to feel just better,
Yeah.
calmer. Like they just hope, I've heard from people. It's like an instant, and this is gonna sound crazy, it's like an instant kiss to their soul. It's light.
Mm.
It's light. You want to
It's
get,
light.
yes,
Yeah.
you want to get to the
You're
closest to the
feeding.
light source as possible in our life. And we're so distracted. We're so programmed to
Mm.
not dial in and get close to the light. We're so programmed to go everywhere outside of us, but get as close to the light.
And we were talking and we were saying, well, if someone says, I'm just not going to put anything on my skin every day, I'm just going to let it be. Well, the law of vacuum kind of takes into that, right? Comes into that plane, because if we don't choose to put light on our skin, then we go outside and, the fluorocarbons, or whatever we got from the synthetic bed sheets, or whatever we got from the detergent, or whatever we got from the, synthetic carpet in our house, or whatever else, that becomes the predominant energy now pressing on our physical vessel, versus choosing the higher energies to kind of be the insulator to our skin. So yeah, let's go to some questions. Pretty amazing stuff. Go ahead and raise your hand. I'm going to try to get to a bunch of people because I know Lisa goes right to it fast, and we may be able to help a bunch of you today. I'm going to go to Amita first. Amita, you're live with our dear guest, Lisa Stewart. And of course, Peter is here too. And we love Peter's input always. So Amita, what's going on with you, or what question do you have for our dear, amazing panel today? How cool is this, guys?
Thank you. So I developed whole body eczema with I had blood transfusion, and most of I recovered, but I still have something on my forehead which keep coming. So I just want to know her insight. It's energetic or still immune system related.
Has your breathing been really heavy lately? Or just like harder to breathe, or more like you're catching your breath more?
Yes, I how to tell? I had some kind of awakening and dark night of soul last year. So since then I'm having trouble in sleeping, like don't get sleep also for almost more than 1 year.
I see it in your lungs. And Peter, jump in any time here on this. It just needs to be released. It's calling like attention. It needs to be released.
Wow.
Because it's holding you back from what your purpose is here on this planet. And you've got a lot of light in you. I just see it trying to take the energy from you. And this is your time to really stand up and say, that was a dark night of the soul, and that was here to push me into what my purpose here is on this planet. Thank you for serving me. You no longer serve me. I release you. You're going to see the, sorry, I said you're going to see it clear up. I wouldn't do a detox just yet, though. I would do that energetically detox, and then you can get into the foods and,
Okay.
Is there a particular product line that might be helpful? Because I know you've hand developed these with certain energy formulations we want to talk about that came from source. Anything that you think might be helpful?
Yeah, I would definitely do the Blue Energy, Sophia Blue Energy Spray. It's like the skin's SOS for the stressed out skin, I call it. It's so great. I can't say it cures eczema or psoriasis because we're not
right. We don't want to get in trouble.
Yeah, but
I cure myself. That's how I get into this field. The Darius show is the first show I enroll, and then I try to keep up with them.
Amita, take your left hand with your index finger and put it right on your third eye. Close your eyes. Let me know when you feel it.
I'm feeling something back of my head.
You'll feel it in your third eye. It'll spread out over your whole face.
Feeling relaxed. Like my eyes are just getting some kind of.
Tell me when your thoughts turn to white light.
I want to cry. That's all I want to do.
Watch what happens with your forehead over the next 3 days and then right into the Darius.
Yeah, please do, Amita.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for being you. All right, I'm going to go. We got a bunch of people here. I want to go to Lynn because I think Lynn Hold on one second, April. I know you want to get in on this. Everybody does. I mean, how often you have Lisa and Peter? I mean, this is a pretty
Wait, are we
powerful
selling
duo.
product or energy services?
It's all, hey, with your vessels, it's in there, right? This is part of it, guys. This is pretty cool. We're going to talk about the altar and everything else. I don't know if y'all can see that, but this is constantly charging. Lynn, I'm going to unmute you, Lynn Roth. Thank you for being here. What's going on, Lynn?
I wondered when she started the call, she said something about Lynn and the liver, and I don't think I'd even asked the question, but as it happened,
That was you.
it
Yeah,
applies to me, I have asked
it's you.
someone lately, but it's been, so with the rash on the back, I mean, did you get that out of the blue, or did some other Lynn ask that question?
I read your comment in you had written in about some things, Lynn, and I just sort of shared it quickly. And our dear Lisa was so intuitive. She went right in and wanted to share that. So Lisa and Lynn, y'all are now both live. What's
So
going on?
that's the liver thing, and right now I'm being asked to do a biopsy for a pancreatic. And any feeling of that, or is that in the same neighborhood and I don't realize how close they are?
They're close. They're close. A liver detox would be wonderful. And also putting your right hand over your liver, and just take like a minute where if you're laying down or sitting and just listen what it has to say, because when our organs are giving us some challenges, they're trying to talk to us. And
Well, I'm in huge pain
I know.
half of the time, and I don't know if it's my gut, my back too, but that's not near as bad
Do you have
as
pain
this.
now?
Yes. Yeah, it's under my rib cage.
Okay,
I
so
thought I had a
can you
broken rib. It's
can you
like
straighten
something
your back for a
squeezing
second?
it. Excuse me?
Can you straighten your back up for a second?
Yeah, can you?
Okay. Go ahead and close your eyes.
Mm.
And I want you to put your attention on that pain. And I want you to slightly open your mouth a little bit. I'm going to pull it out through your mouth. The mouth it might get a little bit nasty, like a burnt charcoal type of taste. Just let it happen as it needs to. Just kind of slightly open your mouth and just breathe slowly. Okay, just relax. How's your mouth taste?
I'm not sure yet. Super dry, super dry. Um, Kind of hot, and I'm still a smoker. I'm so stressed out. There's no excuse except, addiction.
How does the pain
So yeah,
feel?
the heat. There's a lot of heat I can feel,
That's going to continue for a little while, so the pain will dissipate probably within 3 hours.
and I mean, what actually is there under your ribs there? Who knows? Or
Can I say something real quick, Peter, about that? You don't have to answer this. I'll just put it this way. When us women wear bras that have underwire in them,
I quit that
oh, good.
years.
We take in 30 to 40% less oxygen, and the underwire presses right on our sternum, which is not good. And it acts as a Wi-Fi antenna, the metal's there. It's not.
Yeah, no, I did quit the underwires years ago. I wore them for years, but now I do feel like I'm strangling on the one hand, right there. And only it feels more internal, but it reflects. And then I'm wearing a bra to bed, but it's because of my back. It helped I've got this big supportive thing in the back, but it is definitely putting
Yeah.
pressure.
And two things. I don't know if the community can see the rainbow going right through Lynn's screen. Can you
I
guys
do.
see that?
Yeah.
Your
Yeah.
angels are with you majorly. I mean, they're always with us, but they're majorly with you and Peter's energy to heal you. And also, when you have back pain, a lot of that's due to our large intestine.
Okay.
I mean, I can go on about that. That's
Okay.
crazy. Large
Yeah, and I could too, but I'm just so grateful. Thank you
Thank
both,
you, Lynn.
Guys.
thank
Thank you,
you
everybody.
all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Thank you.
very grateful.
And one thing I wanted to say to Darius, when you were
Yeah.
talking about Peter, like the sacred vessels and the products are like taking Peter and I home with you every night.
That's what I was starting to realize. I was like, wait a minute, but this is all connected. And we're going to talk about that. It is like taking Peter and Lisa home. Well, we're not ready to take y'all home yet. We got another caller, but go ahead, Peter. What are you going to say there?
Think about this for a second. Think about the genius of this product that we co-created. Yeah, you have a product that's perfect, and you're going to elevate it to a whole new frequency, a whole nother level. And you don't have to do anything to the product or to the packaging. Think about that for a second. That's
And you don't have
that's how the universe delivers perfection when you listen for the breadcrumbs that are delivered. I mean, our first schools of thought were to rip the formula apart, introduce other compounds into it, and in the end, it's perfect.
Wow. Oh
and
my
you
gosh.
don't have to say mantras 100 times. I am young, I'm young, my skin is healthy, my skin is no, it's done.
We're going to talk a little bit about that because we do have an energy process for everybody, and we're gonna move some energy for folks here today. I want to go to Patty really quick too. Patty, trying to send you an unmute request. Your last name starts with an M. Okay, there you are, Patty. What's happening, my dear? How can we help you? How can we love you today? You got an all-star cast today.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I had CRPS, chronic radial pain syndrome, in my left leg. Almost 11 years. I'm in control, even though there's not a cure. But now I have really bad rashes when I hike from my knees down.
Okay.
And they want a biopsy. They don't know what it is. And so that's what's happening with me right now. And I've noticed my skin is all of a sudden starting to collapse in the last 2 years. So I'm thinking
Collapse. Okay.
yeah.
Something's going on. Okay.
Yes, something's changed, and I don't put bad stuff on my face, and I eat healthy, and so I just really am not sure what to do right now.
And Lisa, I want to hear what you see, but also what you would maybe recommend, or what of the formulations kind of is that energy, balance, that energy food, that frequency food that her skin might be kind of requesting based on what's going on. But go ahead.
I see energy stagnate, like the cheese not flowing in the gut. And is your neck ever in pain? Like, is it chronic pain at all? Your back?
Yeah, I've had a lot of injuries for my neck, yes.
Yeah,
And I
so
try to go to a chiropractor and have it adjust monthly.
yeah, so I see scar tissue, and
Yeah.
scar tissue is not, it always starts with inflammation and then scar tissue and then crystallization, and then that leaches basically scar tissue leaches the calcium out of the bones, and it's hard to break up scar tissue, but it can be done. So, and I know Peter's working on something right now, I feel it, but definitely the products, you're getting hives. Yeah,
I don't, I've read something about hiker's rash, and it's more prominent for women, but I'm not sure. Like yesterday or a couple of days ago, we went on a hike, and it was almost like it's almost like it's a burn from the inside out. It gets like, some of it gets like blisters, and then it over a day or two or three, it'll subside. But my legs, where it's at, it's super red and gets itchy sometimes. But I've noticed if I plunge it into, like, I was at a river one day, and I must be getting overheated, I'm guessing. And I went into the river up as far as I could to my shorts, And my legs said, "Oh, I love you." I could hear it was this cheering me on for doing what I was doing. Sounds weird, but that's what I heard. So
Yeah, that's true.
yeah.
A few things, and Peter, jump in when you want. It's almost as if your legs are getting your attention because you're not, you got to follow your purpose.
Oh, wow.
And you're not on your,
I'm not on my path. Yeah. Yeah.
And you're hiking, right? You're on a path, but it's
Well,
like, what a
yeah.
great time to let her know because
but
she's
now
I
on a
what
know.
path.
you came here
I-
for, and it's time to rise up because you have everything in you that God gave you to rise up. And this will all be, it can be healed for sure, but let's get it managed first so you feel better. But I know Peter's working on it.
And I want to ask you real quick, Lisa, if I can, because one of the things that you do with this divine ritual is actually retuning to our own energetic memory, like our truth. So is there a formulation that actually is a little bit about that? Or what formulations might be really helpful for people that want to get back on their path and receive that energy from their skin into their body, into their own energy
All
field?
of it.
Yeah, right,
Yeah.
Peter? Talk
Yeah.
about that. Like what resonates with truth and harmony and love?
Why truth and harmony
Like
and love. Yeah. Yeah.
it's working with ingredients that are not gonna, they're like I said earlier, they're gonna work for you, not against you. Same with your thinking too. It's using ingredients that are from nature and not
Mm.
synthetic, junk. Although something
Yeah.
could be good, but yeah.
I, I've been trying to use like castor oil and coconut oil, and I don't generally use regular lotions and different oils. So I've just nothing. The legs are totally different. But I've been trying to put it on it, and they seem happy with it. But
Yeah, because
wait
they're
till
pulling
the hike.
the castor oil is pulling the inflammation out of your legs. It's good to put it on your stomach, your whole abdomen every single night before you go to bed. And you can do your legs as well. But I see definitely a lot of inflammation, but I keep hearing, we want her on her path. We want her on her path. We keep getting her on her path. And then she goes, "Arr," and just steers off,
Oh,
There's like,
I want to be there too.
All right. Well,
I hear a book coming for you that you're going to be writing.
wow.
Yes, yes, you have this.
Okay. Well, thank you, Patty. Listen, what I want to do, looking at the time, I know we've got a very special activation that Lisa wanted to share, and then we've got Peter on as well. So, to make sure we have enough time, why don't we start that? Gift everybody with a little bit of an experience of some of the things we're talking about, at least as best we can. And Lisa, how would you like to begin that?
Well, I'm going to leave it to Peter because we were talking before you and I spoke.
So
Yes.
typically with energy products, there's a lot of ways you can do it, but me and Lisa came up with a really cool idea. Lisa's going to pick a product, and I suggested the face product because you can feel this one the most. And we're going to move the energy from the product to everyone listening on the live call and
Ooh.
on the recorded call. And you'll get you'll get a nice dose of what this product can do for you. So it'll be pretty cool.
Yeah,
And
So, what might even be interesting too is if everyone takes a selfie picture of themselves before and after. Lisa, what's the name of the product we're going to be doing?
the Sophiel Radiance Serum.
In the crystal that we have activated with that one?
Yeah, this is the amethyst.
Okay, cool.
We could do the citrine with the cameo. No, let's do this one. This one's
oh,
So,
that looks
so
so
just
cool.
quickly, the sacred vessel, the basic design is all the same. And out of the five products that we have grouped, we've changed each one of the crystals that adhere to the product calling and actually helps raise that vibration that much more. And continually is cleansing it and changing the vibration on each use. And it's an interesting concept because the more you use the product, the better the product actually gets.
Yeah, you could have a bad day and be in a bad mood, but your skincare won't be because it's in its vessel. It's like
Okay.
plugging in
All
a
right, guys, we're going to do it. So I'm going to cut the live stream for the folks on social. And if you want to catch the full interview, go to uwealthrevolution.com/Lisa30. But everyone here on Zoom, you're going to get everything. So no worries there. All right, everyone.